Good day, class. Teacher EmmAnne here once again, and of course, welcome back to our another video lesson. So, I have a couple of questions for you first before we will have our discussion. So, number one, have you experienced being tagged as feeling close? Yes, no. Number two, did your teacher get angry with you because he or she felt disrespected? And number three, did you have a broken relationship with your best friend or your partner because you spilled his or her secret? Well, if you experience any of those, here's a good news. This lesson will help you to avoid those circumstances. So let's go ahead and talk about speech style. So, according to Martin Jones, speech style has something to do with the degree of formality. Okay. But of course, the way we communicate varies depending on a lot of factors, which you should agree by this time, such as speech context. What are the speech contexts again, class? We have intrapersonal, interpersonal, public, mass communication. And what about speech purpose? This has something to do with the functions of communication, class. We have regulation and control, motivation, information, social interaction, and emotional expressions. And of course, speech delivery. We just discussed this last meeting. Excuse me. We have memorized, manuscript, extempo, and impromptu. Great. The form of language that the speaker uses, which characterized by the degree of formality, is known as speech style. So, class, there are five types of speech styles, and we will be talking about it one by one. So, we have intimate, casual, consul, consultative, formal, and frozen. So, let's have number one, intimate. Actually, this lesson is very easy, class, but um, just to avoid the circumstances that I told you a while ago, this lesson is needed. All right. So intimate is used for very close relationships. So example, couple. Note language used in this style may not be shared in public. So class here, in the given example, it's couple. And if there's a secret there that someone shared you, of course, you should not um, spill it out. You have to keep it between the two of you only. All right. Also, this when you are under this speech style, you do not mind that much about grammar. Okay. You you also have your endearment sometimes here. And what else? Usually you use this style to your family, but in the Philippines, if you have secrets, oftentimes you call for your best friend or your close friends. All right, so that's intimate. Now let's go to casual. Casual is an informal communication between groups and peers who have something to share and have shared background information but do not have close relations. Do not be confused with the term relations there, class. Uh, it means relatives. Okay, so under casual, this can happen also to your close friends. Okay, example of this is classmates. Note we have jargon, I hope you still remember what does jargon mean. This is used for a specific discipline. Slang, hopefully, you will not be confused with slang versus accent. Oftentimes, people say slang has something to do with the accent, but no. An example of slang is bro, dude, like that. Vernacular language. Our vernacular language is great. Pangasinan. Never say pangalatok. Okay, that's a uh, an insult for us. All right. Language or use. So in here class, talking your example would be talking to your friends about your hobbies. What else? You use the term bro or what else? Dude. In casual also, you are relaxed. Okay, because just like in the intimate, you don't mind that much about grammar, pronunciation. In this style, as long as you are being understood by your friend or the one you're talking with. Next is the consultative. Consultative is used in semi-formal and standard communication. Example, teacher and student. Note, professional and mutually acceptable language is a must in this style. So if you notice, class, I always address you class and not guys because there should be a certain of degree of formality between us. Um, Other example is when you are addressing someone in authority. So you have to do this you to you have to do this type of speech style when you go for job hunting soon after you graduate senior high school or when you go to entrance admission interview. Okay. Talking to another example is talking to the utility staff in our school. Yes. Next, we have formal. Formal is a one-way straightforward speech. Example is the State of the Nation address. Note, what the speaker says is something that has been prepared beforehand. So if you notice class here under formal, it's in the context, it's under public. And in the speech delivery, it's under perhaps manuscript reading. Yes, manuscript reading. So here we have the word there, prepared. So it is already prepared beforehand. So examples we have when you listen to announcement or when you deliver an announcement, they need to um, listen to you. You have to prepare, of course, the announcement. Producing well-formed sentences. So unlike in casual and in intimate, of course, you have to be very careful with the syntax. When we say syntax, it's something to do with the word orders here in formal. All right. And the last one, we have frozen. Yes, frozen is the most formal communicative style that is usually used during solemn ceremonies and events. Example, pledges. It does not require any feedback from audience. I hope you still remember the type of or the model of communication when feedback is not a requirement. That is linear. Great job. So in here, class, Frozen in this the language remains unchanged in time. So example would be When you joined Boy Scout or Girl Scout, you have your pledge there, or during oath taking, or the Lord's Prayer, isn't it? We don't change the word um whenever we wanted to. Okay, attending solemn ceremonies. All right, so that's very easy, class. That's the five types of speech style. Now you have to do the what I have learned part of our SLM. And after that, you have to pause this video first. You pause it and do that, and we will now move on to the assessment. So let's have now here directions. Identify whether each statement is true or false. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. Number one, the most informal speech style is the intimate style. Hmm. What's your answer? It's true. Again, you're talking to your best friend, so you don't need to be formal. You can tell whatever you want because you are talking to the people very close to you. Next, number two, the standard style of speech is casual style. Hmm, what's your answer? False, correct. Because the standard style is great job. It's consultative. It's just like having a consultation with a doctor. Of course, you don't say, "Hey, dude, um, I'm not feeling well. Give me medicine." That's you do not do that. Okay. Number three, consultative style is used when talking to someone in authority. I just discussed it. Of course, it's true. Number four, frozen style needs feedback. Mm, We're just done discussing this. It's false. Number five, honorifics, right? Well, we have the word there, honor. So you use these terms when you give honor to other people, like Mr. and Mrs. What else? Doctor, teacher, um, sir, ma'am. In the Philippines, sir, ma'am is very uh, famous terms as honorifics. Should be used when talking to strangers. That's or miss. That's true, of course. Number six, you can use slang words like dude to a stranger. Well, I guess this is very clear. That's false. Number seven, similar interests form a casual speech style. That's it. That is true. Yes, when you have hobbies and you wanted to talk about it about a friend of yours, then that will under that is under casual speech style. Number eight, correct pronunciation is strictly observed in the intimate style. Is it? No, that's false. All right. Again, you're not very particular with your pronunciation and your grammar when you are under the intimate style. Number nine, talking to stranger should follow the consultative style. This is, of course, true. You don't know the person. You should go to the safest one, and that is the standard and again mutually acceptable. All right, you might get into trouble if you don't do that. Number 10, delivering a formal speech takes the longest time of preparation. Well, among the four, 5. Yes, because of course it's gonna be a 15-minute or 5-minute speech, and perhaps you have to write it for 2 to 5 hours. Well, if you are good at writing, then 1 hour will do. An hour will do. Number 11, the manager can talk informally to his subordinates in the workplace. Hmm. Even though you are the boss, you can't do that to your subordinate. That is false because, again, it's still under consultative. All right. Number 12, speech styles develop good values. Mm, yes, your teacher will not get angry with you if you will not go beyond the your boundaries, and that is still under consultative style. Number 13, using appropriate speech style means varying the degree of formality. That's your answer. True. So if you watch my vlogs class, when I do the natural, the free free type of vlog, yeah, vlog, as compared to video lessons. In here, I follow some rules, but there, nothing at all. I just go with my go with the flow, and I just relaxed and um tell what's in my mind, and yeah, I'm not that very formal with my vlog, of course. Number 14, speech context affects speech style. Hmm, you should know this. It's true, of course. So, for example, you are talking to yourself. That's intrapersonal, of course. The speech style that you will use will be perhaps intimate or casual. You will not be very formal to yourself. All right. And last but definitely not the least, we have the degree of relationship dictates the type of speech style to be used. This is again true. All right. All right. So we're done, class. I hope you learned again. Actually, this lesson is very easy, one of the easiest lessons in oral communication context. So here are the writers of our SLM. Of course, we need to give them credits and, of course, the references. So that's it. And thank you so much. And I hope that we will have a meaningful Christmas ahead of us despite the pandemic. Bye, class, and see you again next week.